Hello everyone, welcome to another session. In the previous session, we looked at what is a collective investment scheme or a fund. Now this session, we look at investment managers or a fund managers. Now who are these investment managers or a fund manager? Now as I explained in the previous session, a collective investment scheme requires someone to manage it. And the person or a person who manages this collective investment scheme are known as a fund manager, or it is also known as an investment manager. Now, the fund manager are basically the entities and not a natural persons. So basically, what the fund manager does, the fund manager are responsible for collecting the investments. They collect the investments from various investors. They pool the money and they invest in the market. So basically, what does a fund manager does is he makes the decision of investment decision. Basically, what is an investment decision? What we call as a asset allocation. So let's say there is a $5 million a fund manager has accumulated. So what he will do is out of that 5 million, he will decide how much money to invest in equities, how much money to invest in bonds, etc. So that we call as a asset allocation. The second most important work or a job what a fund manager does is they make the timing decision, means they decide when to buy, when to sell the securities. So basically, to summarize, a fund manager or an investment manager is responsible for asset allocation, and they also decide when to buy and when to sell these securities. Now let's look at some of the investment managers or fund managers. Vanguard. So basically, a Vanguard is an investment manager who is actually based, they operate from North American market, especially they operate from Canada. Now, if you look at the Vanguard has got about 6.93 billion of revenue, and they manage close to $8.1 trillion worth of assets as on 2022. So that's about Vanguard. Now there is look at another investment manager or a fund manager called as a Blackstone. Now Blackstone is also another famous investment manager who work. It's a US based and they operate from US. Now these guys manage they manage close to about $1 trillion as on 2023. So that's about Blackstone. Now the very famous BlackRock. So BlackRock is the largest asset manager in the world, and as on 2021 figure, BlackRock managed close to about $10 trillion. That's amount, and they operate a large number of funds. So similarly to BlackRock, we have another fund managers. They are actually called as Bridgewater Associates. Again, Bridgewater also based from US, and they manage close to about $5 trillion. So this is some of the examples of fund managers or investment managers. Okay. Thanks for your time.